Brings and Science broadcast. All right, we're back. Okay, so tonight is cloning. I'm gonna give the Anunnaki a break probably for a while. I'm gonna continue to go the cloning direction, other directions also. I might go into the New Earth tomorrow. We'll see how things go on that. A little bit more perspective on. I'm gonna continue with yeah, we got kind of there's more on the Anunnaki, but then you gotta give it a break every once in a while. Kind of, it's been like about a month and a half or something like that, or 2 months. So I feel like the tall whites is a good energy to connect with, and also go to the Orion. So we're not done with the Orions, the control of the planet, and so the idea is brought enough Anunnaki, and the first time I brought them in was a role, just it was kind of intense. So it's kind of cooled down. So sometimes it's too much of a good thing. So we're going to the tall whites from Orion. So it's kind of like an Orion connection. So but definitely going to continue on the cloning situation. So I'm not going to give up on that. So okay. All right, blessings. We'll just jump right in. So blessings, here we go. Greetings to you. We are the tall whites. Our collective is here. Greetings to your human ways. As humans sometimes feel like they are better than us. Sometimes they feel as if they are more knowledgeable on certain areas, as we are usually get to blame for human events. As much of our biology was brought to the human, as we were scanned and copied as clones. We did not give permission to be copied, as you're not given permission. And yes, the cloning process is much heavier on your planet, as some of you probably feel. It is not exactly easy to be seen, but yes, it is everywhere. It is basically your matrix. your yes, your major figures and your celebrities and your those out in the public, basically, that are controlling your world. It has become more of a supernatural energy. It was never intended to be that way. But yes, they need all these clones to cover up what they are doing, of course. So some of you are looking into its eye, going deep into its center. As just Orion beings are known to copy alien beings without their permission. As tall whites have we have had that many we have many peaceful worlds. Worlds that wish no one harm. As we are at a level of care for each other. Yes, we might talk into a dialogue that can go on for hours or even days, having a conversation for weeks and never move from that spot. Sometimes until everyone sees our point of view, or just sometimes we want to put our point out there and we're not always subject to listen to others. It's tall whites are known to talk a lot. As we have plenty of time for that, but also our philosophies are brought to different realities, such as yours. Much of our philosophies have been used backwards to control your reality, used against you. As some of you see, that nothing really makes sense. As philosophies are called a school, but in truth, it's not a school at all. It's more like a detention center. So the element of the clones, you are, yes, the clone war here on your world. Now, you don't have to look at it that way, but it is a clone war that is, as realize in your past, your world is very connected to nature. And that helps humans be connected to nature. As yes, you'll have a war, but you're still connected to nature. But now your society has shifted. It is shutting nature out. As some of you can see, it is not it is not the major force in your life. Yes, the weather, if it's going to rain on you, yes, that's important. But overall, that was done, as you know, done by design to disconnect your DNA from nature. As many feel that they're disconnected, and now you're going into the more robotic age. As humans are being assembled into a machine at this time, done by the clones that brought much of your technologies into your world. Now, clones don't always have to be public, they can be private, they can be inventors, they can be robotic. It's easier. It's like, why is that person so robotic? Oh, that's just the way he is. Not always the case. So when you're looking at clones in the celebrity world, well, look at them in a different, maybe your child is a clone. If it's very good at computers and kind of robotic, maybe that person is not what you thought. To give you more, Mark Zuckerberg is a perfect example of that. A clone that is trying to put on a good impression on others, failing miserably. Yes, he is alien, but also very clone-ish, as you can tell. Even his facial features, he doesn't look human. I believe some of you have already realized that on multiple levels. There are motherships that are clone ships. They're just all about control. As your human is becoming the human cyborg. Now, that's not all of you, of course. It does not mean you have to tear your house down and go out and live in the woods. No. Just understand what world you are on and what is happening. As we are giving you information, but some are just looking the other way. There's, of course, much more going on, as most of humans not. Many humans would rather be a program than listen to anything we have to say. They'd rather be a stooge, I think you have the idea. As you go further into your reality, deeper into it, you'll see more of your robotic humans, as many of you are seeing currently, but it's going to get a little bit more obvious, especially as microchips in the brain, but it's much more into it than that. The Orion beings, yes, laugh at your planets constantly. Of course, they laugh at all beings. But you are here to have the last laugh of basically to outsmart them. We believe many of you are doing that currently. As some of you are sent here to act normal, but then go against their rules, to go through their pain, go through the torture that you're going against all of their programmings. Yes, maybe laughed at by society, but you know you are going in the right. This might be not an easy incarnation, but you know you're throwing a lot of their programming back in their face. By not following any of the procedures, not going to the movie they tell you to go to, not following any of the political campaigns they're telling you, and on and on. As yes, many of you know that yes, it might be harder life to go against the grain, but it's better for you overall. There is a light at the tunnel. It's just not. It's a long tunnel. As their corruption on your planet is crumbling. Not, yeah, yes, their house can be on fire and they'll say everything is okay. That's how they operate. And their clone armies that they have created, and there is armies here on your planets, yes, hiding everything. In plain sight, even many of your astronauts are clone beings. Some of them are, at least. Buzz Aldrin is a good example of that. To make sure everything goes to plan. Not all clones are robotic, but quite a few of them are. Usually they have to grow some kind of personality. But remember, you're all go by the growth of society. Oh, that person's just going through this. That's why they're different. Make excuses for them. Such as Hillary Clinton. Make excuses for her. Oh, she's just old. She's just having health problems. She just acts like a different person. Yes, you might say the same rhetoric, but some strange things are going on. Because her program was breaking down a lot in her past. just being of the updates were not working as usual. They kind of went into a panic and hit the panic button, and even that wasn't working anymore. So now they use your media instead to control the narrative, as you know. Of course, they've always done it, but it's a little bit more leverage. It's a little bit stronger to. It has wings, as you can see. As our clone army within your media can only last so long, also. As even them are going to start having their own shutdowns after this next election. After this next election, you'll see many of you open your eyes even more. As yes, of course, there's a war in Astral. Why wouldn't there not be one? As you're going to more of the fourth dimension, as many of you are, and continue to do so. As your third dimensional people, some of you, yes, it's difficult, but some of you are becoming more used to that energy of defying all laws and logic of 3D programming. It's not as strong as it used to be. Yes, you're basically becoming rebels, you can say. A rebel alliance, you can say. Going against the narrative, and your astral will become more known. Of course, you're going to have paralysis, because you're going against their political campaigns in astral. They're no longer as strong as they used to be. Of course, there are, yes, crystal skull energies are very connected to that talked to humans in their past, that spoke. Atlantean energies, yes, has been hidden, but many tall white energies are there. Also, basically, we are tall whites. Palladians were also tall whites. We played a big role in how you look today. We've been, if you're aware. Now there's different colors. We're not all whites. We're all different colors, but we are basically a tall white race. Basically. We're called that, but we're different colors also. Some might look at it differently than that, but we are similar to you as we are different races. But we do have the same looks as you. As yes, we are Orion beings that even outsmarted the Orions. And our knowledge to you is basically, yes, to take the pain, but also to realize it is all worth it in the long run. But it's basically the pain will end over time. They aren't as strong as they say they are. They are holding your human world hostage. They have your slave race under their control. But many of you are, in your rebellious ways, healing the astral realms, yes, fighting among it, and some of you are healing it in your own. Sometimes fighting is healing for some of you. And some of you are astral projecting to a lot of space stations that you do not see. As yes, the space stations are part of your hologram reality that you don't see. You don't see a part space station. You don't see a bunch of space stations around your planet. No, I mean, yes, you're told a couple of them that looked like something that came out of Kmart. But there is much more advancement out there. Basically, your secret space program, as you call it, is just building your reality as we speak. So they play a big role in projecting this reality onto you. I mean, if you're shifting and expect more shifts, so anytime a major timeline occurs, as an event, a shooting, a world, as you are going now, fire, it is a show of a shift too. Yes, reading the energies always isn't the easiest. It also gives you a clue if you're winning or not. You can't. It's difficult to win every battle when you're dealing with something that's this insecure of itself. The Orion groups are not that strong, so they have to build up a show, a movie. As your lives are movies, aren't they? They are. You are all telling a story. You might not like your story. It might be boring story, but you're all telling a story in this reality. Yes, it is also true. Your movies are, yes, other versions of Earth. It's not just message to you, but also it's other versions of Earth that are speaking to you, but also the ruin to your possibilities of what other timelines could have came into your Earth. As your catastrophe films, basically some of their elites tried to bring those timelines into your reality. So look, the world just exploded, and look, We just saw a movie about it 10 years ago. What a convenience. Or your bioweapon movie, without going into details, as you're experiencing now, in a different way, of course. So, yes, they have a lot of laughter. Orion's just, they laugh all day, all night, but not many are really laughing with them. As yes, when they stop laughing, they know that they have to fix their tie because nervousness is all around them. Once again, we say they're not as strong as they seem to be. If they were completely strong, they would show up in your reality at this time. They will appear in your reality, but of course they're not going to do that. Yes, they are the scared beings. Scared Orions. The tough and fearful ones. Yes, I do fear you, yes. You're the most terrifying race they have ever met. So yes, they're going to put all these controls on there. They're going to give you a virus. They're going to do everything they can to keep you occupied. So the more pressure they put on you, that shows you more of you are getting stronger to see into their realms, into their eyes, into their astrals. To see into an elitist astral realm is rare, but many of you accomplished it. Of course, that's not something they enjoy too often. It also shows you found a key code, a key energy to tap into their reality. Which has their clone army. They need a clone army because they can't get anybody to do it themselves. They can't control humans as they used to. So more and more clones have been put on their reality than ever been before. I believe there's more here than there's ever been. As some of you are feeling those energies, and that's not the easiest to tap into. That's not something you go around every day thinking about, but some of you have been clones in your past life or experienced it, or have children at a time clones, and you remember your past lives through clone wars, because clone wars are very real. As they are telling you in your media and your entertainment to give you a clue of who you are. Putting the pieces together is a little bit more difficult because the pieces are all over the place. And they don't always fit together. They're not always meant to fit together. Greetings to you. This is Orion, aspect of Orion. Greetings to your society, your well-to-doness. You all look well today. Some of you that are going through like suicide energies, you feel like you want to off yourselves. That shows you that you're getting somewhere. To clear that is not easy. We understand that. But those who go through depression, you are going to the cavern of your controllers. At least those that are of you that are aware of it. Those of you who are trying to piece together your reality. Now, many humans go through this too, but they're not aware that they're doing it automatically. They can connect to the astral of your elites, your controllers, very easily, but they don't know about it because they're disconnected from it. So of course they're going to. Those that go into a depression and go into a suicide are the ones that are lethal to this world, to the elitist agenda. I mean, they're actually quite powerful, but they're the ones that get attacked the most. And they're not prepared, they're not understanding all of this, and their defenses are shut down and they don't know what to do. So they go mad. Happens all the time. So many of you that are in your awakened state, you feel like you want to die or anything like that. That shows that you're getting somewhere. You just got to persevere, clear it out, sleep all day, find some way to heal. Because yes, there are sneak attacks into the mind that shows their weakness, but they don't really care. Yes, they do. Orions do take wires and plug them in your heads. Not that they do that physically too, but they'd like to. So yeah, Orions do hit at the lowest point ever. At least the dark ones. They want to, yes, turn humans into robots. They have a clone energy. Of course, they're going to go to societies and clone them quickly before they even notice. That's how it works. Your human trafficking is creating a clone army at this time. They need new blood for it. That's where human trafficking comes down to cloning to keep your world under control. Of course, the mind is not always easy to piece all this together because you're not seeing it. Now, some of you might get images of it, but human trafficking all comes down to cloning in the long run. That's where to keep you under control. So that's why they do it. To keep you, to suck your energy from you, as many are feeling. To get to the goal of them. So you're getting to them as you're going to this awakening. Of course, we have no proof of it. Some of you are feeling like you're going more crazy than you have before. It shows you're going to the eye of the needle, basically. Not an easy one to see, of course. There are Anunnaki beings that aren't the friendliest, but Anunnaki's got hijacked or had no choice. Also, the Anunnakis, they make deals. Not all of them, but some of them do. Because the Orions have conquered a great amount of species. So they have an inventory of DNA that many beings do not have. Orion beings are almost seen as pirates. So when you have an Anunnaki being that sees all of that knowledge, it's like sometimes like, oh, it's like a drug deal, but it's DNA. Nobody's perfect. I'll create your human, sure. Just give me elephant DNA that I have not seen before. Yeah, they have fetishes that you don't have. You have a piece of paper with a little dead person on it that's called money, and everybody else has DNA. Of course, there are other worlds that do have money. A lot of Orion planets have the same thing. A lot of Orion planets that are in third dimension that are like a Mad Max reality. Yeah, they do barter all right. A lot of them been through nuclear holocausts in their past. So all they have are old things. I thought your elites are trying to, yes, put in these films to cause natural disasters, trying to truly destroy this planet, always to fully take it over, to basically turn to a wasteland. So far, you are surviving it. That's the master plan. Not that they're going to get there, but that's their master plan. They've lost their minds, yes. But that's kind of the idea. They don't really care. What is the point of all of that? The point is for them to win and you to lose. But you are realizing your power. So that should even make you even more, I would say, mad, to power yourselves even more. As some of you are here to download information and to share it as you see happening. But others of you have take that information, you decode it and see what you get from it. As the astral war is coming here, basically physically, that's when your aliens are starting to appear. The doors of your astrals begin to appear. Your aliens eventually be fed up with the ones that are controlling your planet. They have their limits too. When they say the hell with it, we're just going to make ourselves known. They have gotten close to it, but they have not fully committed to that just yet. And some of you can probably tap into that. At least your elitist control. Your elitists, yes, they do have their boiling points. And you and your awakening and those that you awaken, this is why when you go through awakening, you go through so much trauma. They don't want you to find yourself. They want you to just destroy yourself. So you get over that self-destruction and you find your enlightenment. If you're on booze all the time and smoking and just a total mess, they will love every minute of that. Of course, everyone has to go through their darkness. We understand that, but some of you just put an end to it and get sober so you can think more clearly. Because there is a war here, but it's an astral war. It's not seen. As some of you, what you are visualizing in your minds can be brought here into physical. Your aliens in the physical. It's just for humans to believe it, that they can do it. Some feel like there's a block. Of course, there's a blockage, but that won't last forever. Of course, there's a timeline for this too, but many of you, as you connect, because when you connect to your power, you're not always sure what you're connecting to. It's the reason why you don't have your aliens in your skies just yet, because many of you are learning how to teach others what's going on. So you're learning how to be teachers of the reality that you're bringing in. So the timeline of that isn't exactly clear. Well, we're not allowed to go into details. Let's put it that way. Well, we can go into it. Can happen now, but it's not going to. As yes, the alien groups are prepared. Now, will they survive is another story. But they are prepared. Yeah, their survival is a whole nother story. I mean, the alien groups that come here, because again, can they handle the human energies? No. So they expect a lot of casualties in their own. I mean, many people don't agree with that. Oh, the plane is going to come here and everything's going to be fine. And that's true. Some of them will come here and be very fine. But there's more to the story than just that. That's a one-sided way of looking at things. And that's nice. But there's more to the picture than many are wishing to see. I guess you have to have a lot of aggressive alien beings to show here to really prove that yes, you'll have positive ones here, but also have aggressive ones here also. So, but many of you are getting close to that. We're seeing the bigger picture in your realities. Once they show, there's no going back. So yes, in your mind's eye and your vibration, your energy, yes, you might not be feeling it right now because you have a lot going on at the moment because of the election situation. When the world calms down, everybody takes off their masks and just chills out for a little bit. And your Earth goes through a reboot of the casualties. So you're kind of going, yes, through a storm at this time, yes. And you're kind of like in the eye of it at this moment. Some of you are on the out. Everybody's in a different place of the storm. Some of you are on the outskirts of it. Some are right in the middle of it, called California. Because they take that storm and they just drop it there. Just leave it. Because they're changing California's energy, as you can see. They're shifting things all around. That's all we have for you.